David about Tennessee and Taya Cooper decision, but you said the Tennessee decision, or Tennessee's objection, was not the deciding factor in that. Is that correct?
I think it was a factor, but I don't think it was the deciding factor.
Can you say what any of the other factors were?
Just the transfer rule. I mean, you got to sit out. You got to sit out a year. We just tried to expedite it.
Coach, how's handling double duty so far? You have the women's USA practice in the morning, then the team in the afternoon. I mean, just all basketball all the time for this weekend?
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's what I love to do. I think what's great about it is our players get a chance to see, you know, what the best of the best, how they operate, how they approach the game, how they communicate out there, how they work with one another, you know, how they touch and feel. They acknowledge, you know, good and bad play with communication and touch and feel and high fives, and that's always a great thing for any young player to witness.
How key is it to have the training camp here, though, so that you don't have to travel and go back and forth and kind of spread yourself thin?
Well, I don't think it can happen without it being here. So I think USA Basketball has done this process with Gino at Connecticut, so it worked out. I think the players will have a wonderful time in Colombia. There's lots of things to do and great restaurants.
Have you been any part of this overwhelming yet for you, having to deal with both teams, or are you taking it kind of in stride?
Taking it in stride, but check back with me Sunday after the game.
Coach, how, I guess, do you have to change up, not necessarily your coaching style, but your approach to the players from, you know, the Gamecocks to Team USA, given that you're dealing with pros? Is that a difficult switch, or is it kind of almost seamless for you?
Well, it's seamless. I think I can do a lot less talking, and you can give the pros what you want, and they can do it the first time out. You know, with college players, it takes, you know, a few days to actually perfect things at times. So, you know, I think it's a breath of fresh air, just to have whatever's on your mind. Like I can go into a practice, you know, practice plan, see what's on it, you know, see that they've done, you know, certain things that I was going to go over later on practice, and, you know, kind of skip over and work on some other stuff. So that is the beauty of having the best players, you know, at your disposal.
Wilson talked about just the excitement of being able to see him. Some players fangirling, they said. But the most important thing I took away from what she was saying was just being able to watch and absorb. Being able to watch and do that, how can this help this year's Gamecock team moving forward, seeing how they practice, prepare, and run drills?
Well, I mean, they saw it. I just hope that they understand that it's not just a, you know, one practice thing. You know, this is a lifestyle. What they're seeing out there with those players is a lifestyle. They don't, you know, they don't cut corners because they can't. You know, their competition is too good for them to cut corners. So I hope our players learn that they have to approach it that way, and I hope they see that, you know, what it's going to take for them to, you know, reach those levels.
And for you guys, that win against Alabama, how significant was that? And do you see the spirit and the mood of this team changing in the right direction after taking some big licks the last two times out prior to that?
Anytime you lose 2 games and you get back on the winning side of things is always a great thing. I think the trick is to connect those wins. And the only way that you can connect those wins is you have to prep, you know, prep to win basketball games. And, you know, we learned a lot from the 2 games that we lost, and we're moving forward. We're not going to dwell on, you know, the past. We're just going to learn from the past and keep it moving and try to string these wins together.
Asia said if the team can just listen more to the coaching staff, they'd probably be in better position. Do you just think it was a case of perhaps just going through the season and maybe just forgetting what it takes to be a consistent winner at times, and maybe they got the message after losing to UConn and Mississippi State?
Well, I think what our team has experienced is what all teams experience, especially young teams. You know, it takes them a while to, you know, really focus in on the details. You know, they have a short attention spans. You know, just imagine it out there on the court when you're able to, you know, you don't have as much opportunity to, you know, have those mental lapses because teams will make you pay for them. So I think once we get rejuvenated, you know, once we're able to, you know, I do think we need probably another day off for our players. We just can't afford it right now. So, you know, those 3 games in 7 days and who we played impacted what we're feeling today.
when you look at Team USA and then the collegiate level, what do you think is the biggest difference in level of play in the aspect of basketball?
I mean, it's skill set. It's skill set, and then, you know, you go down the line with, you know, they get paid to do it. They're always in shape. You know, they understand the game a lot better, and it just takes experience. I don't think they grew into that, so it wasn't like you automatically had it. I think some of them are blessed with it. Others had to work at it, and you have to put yourself in positions to learn. And if you don't have it, then you got to use your resources. That's why coaches and having this training camp here, you know, lends itself to our players growing the game and growing themselves individually.
Coach, one more thing on Taya. Holly Warlick said 2 weeks ago that she wasn't aware of any restrictions put on her transfer. In light of that, were you kind of surprised that they objected?
No, you know, Holly can say that she didn't object, but you know, there's people that she has to answer to, and those are the people that made the decision.
So you don't think it was her that made it?
I know. I think Holly would have wanted her to play. You know, I don't think coaches want to. You know, coaches don't want to, you know, take away opportunities for kids. You know, I think when it came down to the rule, Tennessee just stuck with the rule and didn't bend.
Coach, any chance for a distraction for this team with USA in town because of the fangirling thing, or are you okay with them being excited with the professionals and Team USA in town?
Yeah, I mean, they have to be excited. You know, they've seen them. They've actually watched, you know, the Team USA, you know, as youngsters, meaning, you know, they grew up watching the WNBA. So I think it's great when you can, you know, touch and feel, you know, someone that you looked up to as a player, and hopefully they'll you know, give them a taste and some experience of teaching them how to excel at that level, because we got a great group. Team USA, you know, not only are great players, they're great character people. So, you know, I'm glad that our players get a chance to listen to them, to look at them, and ask them questions.